Asteroid Bennu mystery. NASA data makes incredible discovery that solar radiation affects asteroid Bennu. Bennu images have for the first time proved that space rocks, asteroids, comets, meteors are susceptible to solar radiation. NASA data reveals this. It's the Yarkovsky effect mainly. Space experts finally found evidence even a little sunshine can crack rocks on asteroids. Rocks on asteroid Bennu appear to fracture as the sunlight heats them up during the day, and they cool down at night, according to images from NASA's OSIRIS Origins Spectral Interpretation Resource Identification Security Regolith Explorer, or OSIRIS-REx probe for short. Dr. Jamie Malaro, Planetary Science Institute, lead author of the research, said, "This is the first time evidence of this process called thermal fracturing has been definitively observed on an object without an atmosphere. It's one piece of a puzzle that tells us what the surface used to be like and what it will be like millions of years from now. Rocks expand when sunlight heats them during the day, and they contract as they cool down at night, causing stress that forms gradually growing cracks. Scientists have long suspected thermal fracturing could be an important weathering process on airless objects such as asteroids because many experience extreme temperature differences between night and day, compounding the stress, of course. Daytime the height temperature recorded on asteroid Bennu can hit around 127 degrees Celsius or 260 degrees Fahrenheit, and nighttime lows plummet to about 73 minus, that's almost minus 100 degrees Fahrenheit, but many of the telltale features of thermal fracturing are small, and before OSIRIS-REx got close to Bennu, the high-resolution imagery required to confirm thermal fracturing on asteroids did not exist. Professor Dante Loretta, OSIRIS-REx principal investigator, says, like any weathering process, thermal fracturing causes the evolution of boulders and planetary surfaces over time, from changing the shape and size of individual boulders to producing pebbles or even fine-grained regolith to breaking down crater walls. How quickly this occurs relative to other weathering processes tells us how quickly the surface can change. The mission team found features consisting with thermal fracturing using the spacecraft's OSIRIS-REx camera suite, or OCAMs, which can see features on Bennu smaller than 1 centimeter. NASA spotted evidence of exfoliation where thermal fracturing caused small, thin layers to flake off the boulder surfaces. That's from 1 to 10 centimeters, so they can be very small. OSIRIS-REx also produced images of cracks running through boulders in a north-south direction along the line of stress that would be produced by thermal fracturing on asteroid Bennu. Other weathering processes can produce similar features, but the team's analysis ruled them out. Rain and chemical activity can also produce exfoliation, but Bennu has no atmosphere to produce all this precipitation. Rocks squeezed by tectonic activity can also exfoliate, but Bennu is too small for this type of activity. And meteoroid impacts do occur on Bennu and can certainly crack rocks, but they would not cause the even erosion of layers from boulder surfaces that were seen. There is no indication of impact craters where the exfoliation is occurring. More studies of Bennu can help determine how fast thermal fracturing is wearing down the asteroid and how it compares to other weathering processes. Dr. Jason Dworkin, OSIRIS-REx project scientist, says, "We don't have good constraints on breakdown rates for thermal fracturing, but we can get them now that we can actually observe it for the first time in situ. Laboratory measurements on the properties of the samples returned by the spacecraft in 2023 will help us learn more about how this process works," he says. And this is on Express UK by Tom Fish. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.